Oh, wait, it's a three-way with Greg.
Oh, who wants to high five me?
Gravy and Scott are high fiving with Greg in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Beer Analysis 101. Your host, Max, will start tonight. We have Greg. We have Scott. We have a beer. We are doing Summer Ale from Collective Arts. Sunny Pale Ale, 4.5% ABV. We'll go into that in a little detail in a bit. First of all, let's introduce who we have with us tonight. Starting with the Fuzz. Mr. Scott, how you doing, Fuzzy?
Doing all right. Relaxing, chillaxing, summertime.
Acting all cool. Shooting some b-ball outside of school. With a couple of guys who were up no good. Started making trouble in the neighborhood. Got one little fight and your mom got scared. Said, no, you're moving your auntie and uncle in Bel Air.
We're sorry. All right, we are so uncoordinated. We're not even drunk yet.
Scott's like, or sorry, Greg is like trying to sing along like a dog trying to sing along with its owner.
Oh, Nick, you're just mean today.
I'm just being savage today. All right, hi Scott.
Hi.
All right, we know. Well, first of all, did we finish asking? I kind of interrupted you with the Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me.
Can I talk now?
You were allowed.
Okay, good. Hi, how's it going, Nick?
I'm good. What are you asking me for? We're asking you.
I'm doing just fine. I'm doing peachy. Summer dreaming peachy.
All the leaves are brown, the skies are gray. Well, that's California dreaming.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Scott.
It's beer. Not beer.
It's beer can, not can't. I like that shirt. All right. Speaking of shirts, let's go over to Greg. Hi, Greg. What do you got? Of course, you're wearing that shirt again for the millionth time. Of course, you're giving the Albino Rhino Sex Fest to staff. Is that the actual Albino Rhino shirt?
It's a staff shirt. No, it's a staff shirt. Yeah, it's a staff
shirt.
A
staff shirt from.
I got it for free. I didn't even have to fucking do anything for it. Chad, all that had to happen is Chad had a nasty divorce and gave me a bunch of free shirts. So thank you. I guess thank you, Christy, for the free shirts.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Christy, for breaking up with Chad and giving him free shirts.
Man, almost getting Nick stabbed by a sealing knife. Oh,
I'll give you the least comment here in a sec. Yeah, I still got a bunch of staff shirts from the years that I did volunteer at the Albino Rhino Beer Fest. But I kind of only got the ones where Chad didn't even ask you to redesign the 2017 Beer Fest shirt. Because Guy was like designed like the first 4 years or something. And then Chad got somebody else to do it without even asking Guy. So Guy got all upset.
You got tired.
Round logo.
Well, you got tired of having to pay the French fee for that.
The French
like, fuck you,
tax.
Frenchman. Fuck you, Frenchman.
Tired of having to invite Guy to every beer festival.
Yeah, and then
Guy found somebody to piss in his bed.
I think at one point I probably had about 10, maybe more of the shirts, but now they all have holes in them or have been thrown out. So I think I have this one, a pink one, and then I have my Sex Fest shirt, which is only worn like once a year for special occasions. So it's going to remain. I'm going to be buried in that shirt.
As long as it doesn't wear out before you're dead. Which would be a rate you wear it, it might.
Now, would you
I don't think so.
Get buried in it?
That's where I live, really.
Get burnt in it.
Died how I live.
No, I don't want to be cremated. I want to be part of the zombie apocalypse. So I'm also gonna get a really cheap coffin that'll be easy for me to break out of.
Wants to be able to rise again.
Yeah, like it'll be like a cardboard coffin. Like I just want to just.
Why not just do a mausoleum?
Yeah, I might do that too. I
mean, Greg puts the erection and resurrection. So, oh shit, wow. Paul is in the chat. Cheers, Paul.
Well, speaking of dead erections.
Speaking of zombies, zombie apocalypse.
Paul's met like all the zombies from Night of the Living Dead. He's got stories.
Wow. All right, so let's put me back up here. I'm doing fine. I'm wearing my 1 month, one goal. It's my T-shirt that I got for signing up at a certain time for that.
Fight kids.
Hold on.
I'm gonna fight kids. That's right. 1 month, one goal. I'm gonna fight kids.
I mean, I
Jamie's gonna get
think
that
you'll be
gift
able
on
to take them. To be honest, like
yeah. The kids with cancer. I'm gonna fucking kick their ass.
yeah.
No. I'm pledging to bike 600 kilometers in August, and I'm raising funds to
So what? You did that like yesterday?
kids with cancer. I will fight. It's like I will fight kids with cancer's help. That's our on brand dark humor here.
So,
anyway, I'm doing that tonight. We are going to do, of course, we've discussed Collective Arts Summer Ale.
Ooh.
And to get down to the beer history with it, I mean, really, it's just our generic history of Collective Arts. We've heard this spiel numerous times. There's really not a whole lot to say other than since we've looked at Collective Arts a lot. I won't go into too much detail other than to say that Collective Arts was founded in 2013 by Matt Johnson and Bob Russell. Johnson and Russell, along with brewmaster Ryan Morrow, began brewing on contract space in Nickelbrook and Burlington. Collective Arts and Nickelbrook opened up a joint brewery in Hamilton a year later at the site of the former Lakeport Brewery. You might have heard of Laker Ice or Laker.
Laker. It's a buck of beer.
Right. Collective Arts and Nickelbrook. Yeah, the Collective Arts bought out Nickelbrook's shares of the brewery and now operates it as their main brewery with production volume and distribution to reach across Canada, even into the U.S. and abroad. It's important to note, though, that Collective Arts, they bought up the old Lakeport Brewery, but they don't have the same capacity as the Lakeport Brewery. And I think I remember hearing something, I think Chad was saying something about how some of the tanks that they used to use for Collective Arts were like filled with concrete or some bullshit thing. It's something to cripple the capacity and size of the brewery. Collective Arts doesn't need all that anyway. They've gone basically from being a macro-sized brewery to a pretty decent-sized craft brewery. So, holy shit! I'm just looking at a comment from Paul, and I want to say, Brendan Gaming Pills. So the night of the election, okay, yeah, right. Officially down 73 pounds today, 284 to 211. Holy fuck, Paul! Shit, you're less fat than I am. I've gone from 315 to 205.
Yeah, so, but I'm like 8 feet tall, so.
Well, that's it. Tall as a fucking giraffe. So that's pretty fucking slim, dude. I'm fucking proud of you, man.
Fucking proud of you as he sucks back that bottle.
Scott says, "Welcome to the minus 70 club." Yes, got a great leader, the Scott here.
I think the only way I'm going to lose 70 pounds is if I get cancer, because that would be quite a bit of weight.
Yeah, I mean, you could try it.
Then Nick will fight me.
You want to fight kids with cancer?
No, all
right. So
Nick will fight me when I'm in a hospital.
No, I would never do that.
Give me an elbow drop. Like, ow, Nick.
We'll be raising funds to keep you in the hospital. Scott, what's your history with this beer?
A little while ago, let's say yesterday, I biked the next town over, went to the Forgotten Liquor Store, and that's my history with this beer.
And that's where you got your can.
And that's where I got my can of Collective Arts Summer Ale.
Summer Ale.
To the Forgotten Liquor Store I went, and instead of walking or carring or busing, I biking.
We biked up there, and who did you bike up there with?
Was it Heist Almighty?
Dude.
Famous asshole that fights kids with cancer.
What? Somebody who fights kids with cancer? Right. All right, so let's thank you, Scott. Let's go over to the Greg.
Hey, how are you?
You must have a history with this beer, considering it's Ontario and it came out last year.
This specific beer, I don't believe I have any. I mean, I could actually bother to check if I was, wanting to be professional, but I didn't. But I don't believe I've had this beer. And then I'll have thoughts on this beer. Well, just thoughts on its availability in a second. No, I can confirm I have not had this beer. I am still fairly good about checking in beers, even though sometimes it might be 6 months later, but I eventually will check it in. So, Nick, if I wanted a summer ale, hypothetically speaking, when would I want a summer ale? What season of the year might I want a summer ale?
Winter.
Spring.
Well, according to Collective Arts, Scott is correct because this beer was packaged January 27th. I'm assuming that's 2025. It's kind of cut off there, but I think that's 2020. No, sorry, 2026. I forgot what year it is. My bad. So January 27th. What's yours listed as, Nick?
27th.
And that January
Scott says
27th.
27th.
Okay, so we're all our beer was born. This is probably like all came from the same vat, and they took a spoon and they dumped it into my can. They dumped some into Nick's can. They dumped some into thing because that's how they can beer. They just use a little old lady ladle and ladle it in, pop it in. I just assume that's how they do it. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I mean, there's been weird distribution with their beers lately where it's not really available at any of my normal LCBOs that carry Collective Arts products. Okay, so I have to travel a little further. Fine, fair enough. But why, on top of having weird availability, also this beer wasn't really available at all, like in the LCBOs up until maybe 2 months ago, like maybe 3 months ago, and I missed it. But why would it be canned and called a summer ale on January 27th? Like, how about May 27th? No, give a little time to get out to the LCBOs for a nice summer ale. By the time summer rolls around, this beer is 5 or 6 months old. Like,
I mean, as a case in point, it's summer now.
Yeah, I think officially it was always summer. What, June 22nd, if I'm not mistaken, or
June 21st.
So, 21st. Okay, so why would you have canned your beer so far ahead of time? And why call it a summer ale? Like, you could have literally called it winter pale ale, and they would be like, "Oh, this makes sense." January 27th, winter pale ale. Nobody would fucking be able to tell you, "Oh, it's not a summer pale ale; it's a winter pale ale." No, it's our easy drinking winter pale ale. There you go. I made a new name for you.
So
why?
I do have the answer to this if you're willing.
I do. Tell me, Scott.
So, take it from a guy who worked at the brewery.
I've heard.
Yes. So they package beer that they want to sell months down the line, because what they do is they store it in storage for X amount of weeks, days, weeks, or months, so that they can test the quality of the brew before it goes out. And if it sours early on, say it sours like a month in, they can throw out the whole batch without having to, refund or to get people sick or whatever, right? So it stays in storage for X amount of time before it goes out to distribution. Now, in a macro beer or a macro brew, that
makes
time
sense
frame is a lot shorter than you'd think for a micro brew, because the macro brew is so scientifically done that it takes less and less time for it to go bad faster, right? Like it will sit on the shelf for X amount of time. Like a macro brew is only good for maybe a year on the shelf.
Craft beer, the hops profile will fade within 3 months.
Before it starts going bad.
Yeah, it's pretty rare to get a rotten Molson product.
Right. In a craft brew, they don't have they have to extend that.
It's also like why crafty beers, like craft-ish beers that are made by macro companies. Like, what was that one that Wilson had for a while? Why those ones were very good, like the bubble something. You remember that one, bubble hop?
I remember Molson Canadian Wheat wasn't bad.
So
Goose Island IPA or something
of the hops and stuff going into it going bad sooner. So there's a really fine line about waiting for such a long time and waiting too long. When in craft brew, in macro brew, there's shorter wait and longer shelf life because it's scientifically done in big vats and da 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 da.
And tend to sneak in some preservatives in there.
Right. So I don't know the process of I don't know the process of Collective Arts or how big of their process they are, but I do know that in where I used to work, the macro stuff had to sit in the warehouse for a month or 2 months before it could be shipped out because they tested it, over time. But the small batch brewery had a longer test life and a shorter shelf life. So they'd have to, when they were making a summer beer in the craft area, they would start in January and end in April, May for a summer run, right?
I have actually never heard of a brewery doing this, and I do wonder if it's more of maybe less of a thing in Ontario since they deal with the LCBO and it's a lot easier of a distribution system. Even the grocery stuff is still through the LCBO. It's just it's purchased and put in grocery stores. So I do wonder if that's less of a thing in Ontario because I've honestly never heard of a brewery doing that where they just hold on to a product. Like GLB is done making their beer. It's in cans and it's on the shelf, especially in the retail store.
Yeah, that's a craft brewery. I've never heard of a craft brewery doing that kind of thing, but I can imagine like for quality control, a macro would do that because you want your product to be consistent.
Also, I mean, if something's not barrel aged, the chances of it being infected.
Be consistent.
If it's like not a barrel aged product, I would say like the chances are of it like being infected is relatively like I've never had an infected beer that wasn't a barrel aged beer. Like
yeah, but it's just like McDonald's wanting their meals to taste consistent across the globe. That's Moosehead has a brand they want to have their beers taste consistent across the world as well. Like and this is the way they do it.
So here's the thing. Here's the question. How far does Collective Arts put their beers in storage before they ship it out? This was bottled on January. Say they have a 2-month wait period before they ship it out, which makes sense. Maybe a 3-month wait period. That still means we're talking March, April, May, June. We're talking 4 months on your shelf. Has it gone since then?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't think this stuff was sitting on the shelf that long. I think Collective Arts, it probably was like 2 months old when it got to New Brunswick. Maybe a little bit, but I don't think it was that old. It's probably been sitting on the shelf here for a while.
For like 4 months. So with craft brew, 4 months can be a long time with less preservatives in it, right? So the question is it gone bad? For the macro stuff, I do remember that we had storage facilities. The beer that was there for like 2 or 3 weeks before it got shipped out again. But think of how much beer goes through that place in the run of a day, right? Like I'm sure you can get a like as far as I could tell, you can get a good large pallet, done in a day, and you're doing a pallet. If you're doing a pallet a day, after 28 days, that's 28 pallets. That's a lot of beer. Now, is it the same beer? No, you got in the macro area, you got your dry goes through, and then your lager goes through, and then your light goes through, and stuff like that.
Yeah. So here's the thing with Collective Arts is that I don't specifically know how old their beers generally are, but I don't recall looking at, because we do this every single fucking time we review a beer. We look at the canning dates. We say, hey, is this ridiculously old or not? I don't recall Collective Arts being particularly bad when it comes to canning dates, and it's like, and especially since we have to get some of them in New Brunswick, occasionally Nova Scotia, like it's like, oh well, we can all get this beer relatively fresh within let's say 2-3 months of it coming out. I don't recall ever being. See you later, Mr. Whiteley. Anyways, I don't recall Collective Arts being this egregious when it comes to canning stuff. So, and I know we would have complained about it if we did. So I think generally they're probably we're reviewing it within 2 to 3 months of it coming out. So could we have all made more of an effort and gotten it sooner? I mean, I probably could have, but I definitely know I wasn't able to get this beer in like March or April. I don't even think I could get it in May. I'd have to, and I don't know. Maybe I could, and I just.
Well, it's weird, like considering the distribution you had in Ontario for this. Like, how late did it show up? It was canned in January.
Right.
Well, the thing is, you guys all got the latest Collective Arts stuff, including the ones that we're going to do reviews on in the next few weeks. You guys all got that stuff way before we did.
Here's the weird thing: like the unnamed beer that we're doing next week, which may or may not be the same brewery, is also canned on January 27th.
Yep.
Because I got it sitting next to me. Yeah, and I think a bunch of Collective Arts came in around the same time, which is like back in March or April.
Now, here's the one thing I'll say: I haven't had this beer yet. I haven't even opened it yet. No opinion on it. I had a Ruby Striker, which I believe was canned in December. I had that like a week ago. I picked it up off the shelf. Wasn't refrigerated because this LCBO does not refrigerate most of their craft beer.
Wow.
And it was excellent. So maybe this beer is going to be excellent too. I don't know, because now that was a very heavy grapefruit beer. In fact, I think it had grapefruit in it. So maybe grapefruit doesn't go bad after 6 months. I don't know. But I was impressed by that beer. Maybe this one will impress me. Maybe it won't. We'll see. But it just baffles me that a summer ale comes out. And I understand what Scott told me. I'm not aware of Ontario breweries doing that specific thing. Maybe they do, and maybe I don't know about it. I'm ignorant about plenty of stuff, so who knows? But yeah, I still find it a little shocking that a summer ale is canned in January 27th. But anyways, I think I've talked enough. I've padded your show enough, Nick. Let's move on.
We definitely had a lot of Greg filler tonight.
By the way, I'm having just finishing up this juicy ass.
Greg is showing his juicy ass to us.
And juicy ass, it was canned on June 15th, 2026, and delicious. This is actually starting to become my go-to Ontario IPA. I'm starting to like it even more than Octopus, and that pains me to say, because I'm I like to suck GLB's dick every chance I get.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's finish Greg's history, and I'm going to go back and bring myself up here on screen and pretty much give the same kind of fucking history that Scott did. In that I actually bought 2 cans of this, but I haven't had it yet. Bought 1 can on the west side of St. John after doing a bike ride, because I was just looking like, I'm here at the liquor store. I'm going to buy a bunch of the beers that we were planning to do for Be Able to 101. And there's a bunch of Collective Arts we haven't done yet. The other one is that last night I bought a 2nd can because I biked up with this guy to the nearest town that has a liquor store that had a whole bunch left. And considering Scott wasn't about to go drive into the city in order to go get one of these cans of beer, it seemed like a good excuse to go for a bike ride and collect our beer, because biking is free and is exercise. Although when we did bike up to Hampton, we did spend money on a beer too. We bought another beer while there, so we kind of did spend money on fuel to power the ride, because we powered our ride with having a beer at Gridiron.
But that was a bad decision.
Well, considering we got in last night at like 10 to 10, it was like dark when we got home. I had my lights on the bike, and I'm actually surprised how well the lights worked. But how well were you able to see last night?
Oh yeah, no, it was fine. But
as long as the bear doesn't get you.
We skipped our normal pit stop or 2 along the way on the way back.
Oh, we came straight home afterwards. We didn't stop anywhere.
Right. So.
All right. So I guess I know Lee took off, but we're going to read some of his comments anyway. Another Collective Farts beer. What's next week's beer? Well, he kind of already answered that question. So Scott is the Uncle Phil of this hangout. Throw Jassy Jeff / Nick out of the fucking house.
You want to hear a story about that? They only filmed that once.
Go ahead.
They only filmed throwing Jazzy Jeff out of the house once. And every time the script called for Jazzy Jeff to be thrown out of the house, he had to wear the same thing he wore the first time he got thrown out.
That's right. Fun fact, Marson, who a friend of the show, Marson, he and his sister got into quite a fight when he posted that when Trump got elected the first time, and his sister is married to a man of color, and they didn't talk to each other for like 6 months.
Well, Marson's a bit of an idiot sometimes.
He's also a little sensitive too. Believe me, I've met them both. They're both.
So speaking of getting divorced from your wife, wow, he just gave everyone grief in private chats when he divorced. Okay. Another friend. Oh yeah, he's talking about Chad. So Paul, we already talked about Paul. Cheers, gents. Hey Paul. Very fucking proud of Paul for losing the fucking weight. Good job, dude. Scott says, welcome to the 70 minus 70 pounds club. And
just as long as you lose it in your dick.
Riding in a marathon with dick pills may or may not win the race. Well, you'd have your penis sticking in a friend to spoil it, so the aerodynamics make you more aerodynamic when you're running.
So dick pills don't automatically give you an erection. You have to still have sexual stimuli. But it does actually make blood flow more. That's why other drugs that help you to work out more, work
out with a boner.
No, you don't just get another.
You get a massive cock boner.
I mean, there are some shit that you can inject into your dick directly, and that'll just give you an unstoppable boner, and then you probably have to go to the hospital to have it drained. But you probably shouldn't do those. But there are a lot of workout pills that are, or even like certain medications for the heart and stuff that actually help give you a boner. It's not really their intended purposes, but they do. Just because anything that gets the blood flowing better into your boner, then can help you with other things. So theoretically, you probably could take Viagra. It might help you a little bit, as long as you can get past the stuffy nose. It might help you biking. Might help you. That sounded rude.
Help you.
Might help you with biking, might help you with running, might help you with exercise. You never know. And then if your lady comes out afterwards and gives you a towel and in her, tight little Lululemon things, you might then get a boner and then just violate her right there on your workout equipment.
A lot of wishing.
Don't forget to wipe up when you're done.
Wipe back to front. All right. Why are you so proud of Paul? Nick, you had nothing to do with it. Fuck you, Lee. I know you're not here anymore, Lee, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. I have no idea what the situation is. Maybe me losing over a fucking 100 pounds inspired Paul to go lose 70. So maybe I had some role in it. Maybe I didn't. But doesn't fucking require me it doesn't require anything for me to say, hey, I'm fucking proud of you because you're my fucking friend. I love you. I'm fucking proud of you for losing that kind of weight. Scott, I'm proud of you for losing all that fucking weight. Even if it was Ozempic that did a lot of it, there's still some role of you in that. Paul, I don't care if I had no role in it. I'm still fucking happy you lost that kind of weight, man.
Wow, Nick's that's like I think Lee's
that whole notion like, if you're being proud of someone, that means you're being like a parent to that person and you're taking credit for their weight loss. So like, I
think Lee's applying the philosophy of hey, if the toilet seats win the Stanley Cup, then Nick is gonna be like, I'm so proud of them, and he'll be like, you had nothing to do with it, Nick. Nothing.
No, I didn't have nothing to do with it, but I don't fucking care either. I'm still fucking proud of them because I'm allowed to say that I'm proud of them for doing it. I have nothing to do with their victory.
So there you go. Nick is proud
of
both
the Habs making it to the conference final this year.
Nick has pride. That's what we're hearing.
And I mean, Pride Month is over, but
it's Fat Pride Month.
Listen, nothing wrong with Fat Pride Month.
All right, so sometimes I feel like Scott is being friends with Nick is just a drawn out Make-A-Wish that's being granted. What the fuck? Put a date on the bottle, guys. Get out of the bottle on date, guys.
Yeah,
I got a second can of this, and it's from a different store, and it's still January 20.
Well,
7.
considering mine is from a different province.
Mr. Lee, it's because Nick's parents pay well.
There we
What
go.
if Greg had a casket on date? Greg's dad has a casket on date.
I mean, yes, literally everyone who okay, maybe not everyone, but most people that get buried have a casket on dates. So yes, that is absolutely a thing.
So Beer Zircaridian, and now that we know it's confirmed to be the real Beer Zircaridian, Clown Shoes on I've had something from Clown Shoes, but I can't remember what it was. But I remember it being really good. But yes, I would love to try something from Clown Shoes again and have it on tap. That would be awesome. I don't know, I'm looking up my channel to see if I know I had something on from Clown Shoes, but I can't remember who it was. Must have been somebody else's channel. So collective art seems to be pretty good stuff. Generally, it is. Depends on the bottle condition. Not sure they would kick out the door pretty quick. It's probably not bottle condition. Lee Horse says before he took off, probably be around for the after show. Critical podcast later tense.
Ooh,
We've already said our piece.
wouldn't be a wild twist if Lee Hardy's on that podcast. Then it turned out she lied to us about the whole Wonderland thing.
I wouldn't be shocked. I feel like Lee probably doesn't always tell us the truth.
No, I think she does. I think she's just a sick person that wants to go to Wonderland twice in a month. Like, like I live very close to Wonderland. Like, I live within a 25-minute drive of it. I don't want to go to Wonderland. It's awful. Who the fuck wants to go to Wonderland? Yeah, I mean, basically, you're in, like, I priced it out, like, for me and Agnes to go, and of course I'm going to go on the fast passes. I'm not going to wait an hour to go on a roller coaster. It'll be like something like $300 for the two of us to go for a day. Like, it's wild.
I'm just looking at in New Year's 2018. I drank a Clown Shoes the Barista. Looks like Heist Almighty's place.
Oh, come back to that.
I gave it a 3.7 out of 5, 3.75 out of 5. Hey, look, Average Joe tapped me on that one.
Yeah, he hadn't tapped her.
Whoever this Greg B asshole is.
Yeah, that guy. I feel bad because I try to give Joe a few toasts here and there, but I never bother to go on there and toast. So I'm just like, I'm sorry, Joe, but thank you for the toast. I give Nick kudos on his rides.
You do. You don't give me kudos on my beer. I haven't actually tapped anything on it. I use Untapped for a reference still, but I haven't actually looked at tapped anything on Untapped. And when's the last thing I tapped on here? The last beer that I tapped in was a lime lager from Tire Shack, I think.
I'll go every couple months. I'll just go through like all my photos and be like, okay, what haven't I untapped? Because I just want to have a resource of, okay, have I had this before or not?
But I don't even remember what I take pictures of everything. I don't remember what I thought of stuff. If it's something I've had before, but like if it's something I had before and I had drank it again, I don't always take a picture of it. I mean, I'm not going to tap every fucking time I have a schooner or a moose head.
Well, no, I only do new beers, like or if it's like something significant, like I open up a 2022 Double Tempest as I've aged for 3 years. Okay, I'm gonna probably tap that again.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be worth tapping. If you've had it before, who cares? I mean, 2022 Double Tempest, you're opening that one. That's a special beer.
Yeah, well, I kind of want to know, hey, how is this beer held up for 4 years? So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that type of stuff I do. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm not gonna fucking tap in. Oh, I've had Octopus Wants to Fight for the 875th time. Like, yeah, I better tap that one in again.
So gonna have one of my last. This is my second to last tap, third to last tap. It's from a bike ride last summer to Old Foggy Distillery, aka Gridiron. Well, me and Scott were here last night.
Old Foggy sounds better.
Well, Old Foggy was a distillery that they kind of like merged, like Gridiron Brewing and Old Foggy Distillery merged and opened a restaurant or like a bar called the Porch. And the guy that founded Old Foggy Distillery died.
Oh.
So the partnership kind of broke up because the late wife or the wife of the guy that died didn't want to keep the old brewery, and Gridiron just moved back to their previous location because they still owned it and hadn't sold it. So now Gridiron in Hampton has opened back up at their old location, and they seem to be doing pretty well. Me and Scott were just up there last night. And Luke's an awesome guy. He always stops and chats with us every time he's there.
Yep. Good times.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, seems like Scott.
Seems like me. That's an important aspect of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Scott's a likable guy, so
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, I think you're a likable guy. Listen, you will always have Nick's back when it comes to fighting kids with cancer.
Yeah, you're right there behind me fighting kids with cancer.
Like if one of those kids gets a little bit of retard strength and just knocks Nick down, Scott will be right there.
You might have that extra dose of chemo.
Yeah, Scott will be right there.
You might give him retard strength to punch harder. you just got to be there holding the kid down.
No, Scott's going in there with a fucking steel toe boot, and he'll just boot the kid.
Fuck.
I do have a steel toe. I do have a steel toe boot.
Wow.
Oh. Anyways, now that we've offended everyone in our audience,
I would never actually fight a kid with cancer.
He would.
I've raised over $620 for fighting.
A big difference.
For help. What?
That's a big difference. 200 versus 600. That's a big difference.
Yeah, I've already raised. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I went live with my fundraising campaign on Sunday for how much I was trying to raise like $500 for. Okay, so if I raise $500, that'd be great to help kids like cancer research and shit. I raised that within less than 48 hours. And I was like, what? Where did this come from? Like, holy fuck. So I raised my limit to 1,000. And of course, 1,000 is going to be like a little harder to get to. So I'm at 622, I think, right now.
But you should raise your kilometers too, Nick. You should ride 6,000 kilometers.
I'm not going to ride 6,000. I would be dead.
You'll do that in 2 weeks. Come on.
I'm sure Scott would help. Yeah.
Count Scott's kilometers.
I was saying, like, I set it at 600, thinking, like, well, that's probably a reasonable goal to ride already for October. I should raise that. I'm like, I don't think I could do. I don't want to commit to more than 600. I did 900 last month, but that was just like freak occurrence.
Last night. He did an extra.
Yeah, I did 900 last night. I was running circles around Scott the entire time we were biking.
I believe, Nick's gonna be one of those dudes that just does a marathon, but he doesn't go.
Like I was in orbit, Scott's orbit the entire time we were driving.
I mean, hey, that's impressive. And Scott was there to cheer you on. He gave you a nice lemonade every once in a while. Came out in a sexy outfit.
Jesus fuck.
What?
Oh, sweet lemonade.
What? Scott giving you a lemonade?
Scott giving you the amazing horse. Better not show you where the lemonade is made.
Hey, he looks good in his man thong. Maybe he doesn't shave it all, but you know what? The little hairs on the side just tells you he loves you.
All right.
Now you're picturing that, aren't you?
Gross. Scott in a Wicked Weasel bikini.
Yeah. Also, I'm drinking the Summer Ale pretty quickly, so I mean, we should probably review it at some point.
Well, you know what? How about we go back to Scott and we ask him, what do you think about the beer?
Well, It's a very clean, crisp beer, very juicy. Has lots of grape, peach, and passion fruit in it. Not a lot of lacing. Kind of a white foamy head that doesn't stick around. Very sessionable. You could have a lot of it. Campfire. It passes, but just barely. I would want something a little bit more. Something a little bit more heavier, I guess, for a campfire. But if you're at the beach, I would drink one of these, not a problem. Hot summer day. My style. The style would be, I would say, a summer ale, summer pale ale. My bad. It's a 4.5 ABV, so it's a little light. So but I don't know. For a summer ale, I would give it a 7.5. And for personal preference, I would give it an 8.5. I think I like it better than the style would say. I find it a little light for the style it needs to be, but I enjoy it a little bit better. So 7.5 for style, 8.5 for personal preference.
All right. So 7.5 and 8.5 for the fuzzy. All right. Let's go over to the Greg. Hi, Greg.
So, summer ale, summer pale ale. I'll give you it's very smooth. Now, whether that smoothness comes from the hops dissipating after all these months or that just intended. So this is the problem is I don't really know how much of this beer is as intended or how much of it is maybe just smoothed out because it's old. 4.5%, not terrible. I mean, again, I look at summer ales like I look at it as can I drink this all day and not get annihilated? So 4.5 is still above that threshold because you could drink a lot of these and catch up. Well, the thing that would stop me with these is it is fairly citrusy, quite a bit of grapefruit. I would absolutely get heartburn from this if I drank like 3 or 4 of them in quick succession in the pool. So I'd need to break it up with a lager or something. But even then, I don't think I'd want to drink more than like 2 of these in like an afternoon because it's got the strong acidity of even a higher ABV. Like I mean. In terms of acidity, I could drink 2 juicy ass just as easily as I could drink this. So not the most sessionable thing in my opinion. Again, alcohol wise, 4.5 could be lower, but 4.5 is not terrible. Yeah. So as a summer ale, the way I interpret, and I know we had this discussion a few weeks ago, and I think it was Lady Lee who strongly disagreed with me, and I think we all agreed that she's wrong, and that's fair. Like women do their best, but they can't always be right, or ever. But anyways, yeah. So I think this actually isn't a particularly great summer ale or summer pale ale, just because of those things. So. I'd give it like a 6 for style. Like it's not really doesn't really tickle my pickle for what I'd like in the summer. Frankly, I mean, if it was between this or an IPA, knowing that I'm probably only going to drink 2 of them anyway, I'd go for the IPA and just get a little bit better buzz, and then fill it in with like some either water or just like lighter lagers or lighter something. This wouldn't be probably what I would go for. Now, again, if this was also 3.5%, well, then you got something to talk about because then it's like, okay, well, that's like almost gets to the point where you almost can't get drunk off that. Or I mean, you can, but it takes some effort. So that doesn't impress me too much. However, the beer itself is good. I don't mind it. I don't know what it tastes like fresh, so I can't tell you whether it's lost anything. But what's there? It's got a nice grapefruit to this. It's so it's not a. It's more of a white grapefruit, somewhat watery. No pith, which is good. They don't say this is a hazy, which I would say, yeah, it doesn't really. I mean, it is probably somewhat unfiltered, but it is not what I'd consider hazy. And I mean, I am, especially when I dropped the Niagara word on your live show. So
The Niagara word.
exactly. Yeah. So as a beer, it's not bad. I don't hate it. Don't love it. It's I went a little low on the style, so I'm gonna give it a 7.5 for personal enjoyment. It's a fine beer. If you like grapefruit, more specifically kind of a white, kind of flavorless grapefruit, like it's not like a nice sweet ruby red, which is nice. But usually most beers that have that are usually artificially flavored anyway. It's good. It's watery. I'll be honest, I'm probably being a little generous at 7.5, but I feel bad because I kind of trashed it on the style. But yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a good plus maybe. Like I listen. Here's the thing: is I poured this can, and this is all I have left. So clearly, I'm enjoying it. And it's smooth enough. But if I had another one of these in my fridge, I wouldn't reach for it right now. If this was a sunny day, sun's blaring down, I'm in the pool, I wouldn't reach for two of these. Unless there was definitely separated by some lagers or something that's non-acidic. So there you go. See, Nick has the right thing. So yeah, there you go. That's my opinion on it. It's one of the rare times I think when I think my score for personal enjoyment is actually significantly higher than my score for style.
Wow.
There you go, Nick. I think I padded your show long enough.
You have. All right. Thank you, Greg. I'm going to put it over to me, and I'm going to talk about my thoughts on this beer. And I know Greg said he didn't get any piss out of it. I'm feeling like this is kind of giving you like slight resin, slight pith, kind of a bit of a sudsy kind of passion fruit, kind of grapefruit, light tasting beer. It's definitely kind of leaning towards more of the hazy side. It's not super bitter. But as far as being a nice light beer at 4.5% ABV, I kind of looking at it like at that low ABV of a pale ale. I'm not looking at it as a standard pale ale, but like a light pale ale, like one of those extra pale ales that, like what is it, like the Saint of Circumstance that even Collective Arts had at one point in time. I remember that being kind of a light pale ale. I feel like this actually like hits the mark quite well. And I'm already opening up, and I'm drinking my second can of this because this is actually going down super smooth. And it is a very smooth, gentle, easy drinking beer that's kind of deceptive. Like, and you know what? I would gladly buy a couple of cans of this and drink it. And also on that note, normally when Collective Arts beers come in here, they're getting kind of expensive. Like the IPA series or any kind of like Life in the Clouds or something, they're starting to get up like $5.50 or $6 a can. This guy here is still under $5, which for a Collective Arts is pretty good. I think it's
I think it's about $5 on Ontario, give or take. So I mean,
I think it was like $4.95 here, which you know what isn't bad for considering it's Collective Arts. And I got to say that I do approve of this. This is actually really quite tasty. As Scott said, it's juicy. I think it's like slightly juicy, but it's really going down easy. And I love how smooth this is. So I'm going to give it an 8 for the style because I'm calling it kind of like a light pale ale. And 8 for overall enjoyment because I'm really liking this. Yeah, so that's my opinion on the beer. 8 and 8. I'm not sure. Paul saying everyone needs a move set and relax. Fuck autocorrect. BDW asks is not assessment. I'm actually not sure what he's talking about assessment. So I'm assuming there's a comment that was like I don't see on StreamYard because StreamYard filtered it out.
Okay, hold on. I'll have a look and see if I can find it.
And no, we don't need a move set to relax.
Oh yeah, Paul's got quite a few comments that got flagged, so I'm showing them now, which I don't know if they'll show up on StreamYard or not. So Paul basically, I'll read them off since I had to clear a bunch of these. Everyone just needs a moose head and relax. Eat 2 juicy asses, not assessments, before he could drink this. We all heard it, people. Women are always wrong. I mean, he's not wrong. Fuck autocorrect. Yeah, we heard that. Hashtag women are still always wrong and are all whores. Okay, well, that's probably why that comment got flagged.
Wow.
Okay.
That's why that. No, I see it here. I just didn't want to put it on screen.
And then he says the N-word for all craft beer lovers. So there we go. So I assume he means Niagara Falls. That's the N-word that all craft beer lovers love.
I want to say Niagara Falls to all right, so let's go to the ratings here. And I got 7.2 for the style, 8.0 for overall enjoyment. I'd say that whatever your interpretation of the style is, it was a pretty enjoyable beer.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think the biggest things are the style. To me, is off for my interpretation of a summer ale. And why the fuck are you? Despite what Scott told us, and Scott, I understand your explanation. I just do not agree with it because that's.
You can disagree or not. I mean, I just given you an explanation. You can agree or disagree.
Fair. Hey, listen, fair enough. And for your ex-employer, I listen. I totally believe it's a thing. I just don't understand why the fuck Collective Arts would do it because your ex-employer was far bigger than Collective Arts is. So.
Yeah. I would put it in. I would just say that Scott, was it worth biking to Hampton for?
I don't know. I'm feeling sore today. I went to bed last night pretty quick.
Yeah, I went to bed right after I got home too.
Let me have a few more. Let me have a few more drinks in the post show. But you know, then I might.
Yeah,
I might have
then people watching will never know.
Well, fuck that.
I don't know. My thought is like, okay, well, you know what? It was an 8. I say that qualifies. I'd bike to somewhere where I could pick up a beer for an 8.
Now, how far would you bike for a beer hooker?
I don't know.
It's the potential for getting laid, and it's a different story.
But it's
of course, it's not fun riding with a raw dick.
Well, I mean, I think there's 2 different things.
Done that, Nick? How many times have you done that?
That's been a while.
I feel like 2 different kind of beer hookers. There's one where she can fuck her for free, but you got to pay for the beer, and then there's the other one where you got to pay for the fuck, but she gets you a beer for free.
It's like beer sluts.
Yeah, I mean, I feel Nick is the second kind because you don't have to pay to fuck Nick, but you got to pay for the beer.
That's right. All right, so we're going back to Mr. Lee's comment.
Hey, look at Fat Scott in his fucking photo. It's like that's Fat Scott right there.
That's Fat Scott in like Hawaii or some shit wearing a Hawaiian shirt. So speaking of which, we're going back to Mr. Lee. We're going back to Mr. Lee's another Collective Farts beer. That's right. Next week's beer is the beer we were supposed to do this week. So hopefully that Lady Lee shows up and actually brings it this week because she actually ordered it online or went somewhere and bought it. Like I think she say that she bought it like at on a trip or she ordered it online or something.
No, her and Scott, her and Rob went to go. Now, if we still, I'm not totally convinced Rob is still alive because we haven't actually seen proof of life in a while. So she might be, much like Mitch McConnell, she might be weekend to Bernasing him to maybe get some free beer out of it. We don't know. But anyways, supposedly her and Rob went into Toronto. Didn't come visit me, I'll tell you. And she was able to get a bunch of the beer. So she does have that one. I believe she has the other Collective Arts beer. And then I believe she has the Flying Monkeys one. I need to buy another one of those to make sure they don't disappear from the LCBO. Whatever that high ABV lager they made. I can't remember the name of it. But so there we go. You guys were so still. I thought my internet crashed. But no, you guys are just literally being so still.
It's funny. It's funny you do the weekend of Bernie's for Rob. That's good.
Wow, she got a weekend at Bernie's him. You know, if he's young.
Like, I wish MTV was still around so I could see Mitch McConnell unplugged. Oh, Jesus fuck.
I mean, I feel a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, right. All right. So next week's beer we're gonna do. This is the one we were supposed to do this week, Between the Palms, which is Collective Arts IPA number 33. Go figure. We're gonna do another Collective Arts. That depends on Lady Lee showing up because she hasn't shown up on these shows lately.
Wow, way to shame her.
I am, because she was supposed to be here tonight with the.
Oh.
Well, she couldn't get this beer, which is the reason why we did this beer this week, and we were planning to do this week, which I think Scott, you bought one of these, didn't you?
Yep.
Yesterday.
I mean,
right.
I would never shame her for not showing up, but I would shame her for going to Wonderland. Who the fuck goes to Wonderland? You're not 15.
Is that Canada's Wonderland in like Niagara Falls or something in Niagara Falls?
No. Wonderland is north of the city. It's basically in like kind of the Maple Woodbridge. It's actually north of Woodbridge, kind of in like the Maple King City area of Toronto.
Oh, Canada's Wonderland. It's the one. It's Marineland that's in Niagara Falls. Isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's closed down now. But yeah, Marineland was in Niagara Falls. That was like the animal torture zoo for the longest time.
Yeah, I remember hearing there's some controversy over that place.
Oh, there's more than controversy. I mean, it was the fucking piece of garbage people owned it. Were basically like just letting all their animals die. There's like a fucking porpoise burial ground right across the street from Marineland. And I think they still have the rest of the beluga whales. They're trying to relocate, but they don't have any money because the two people who own Marineland, the husband and the wife, they're both dead. I hope they rot in hell. And the children, who, as far as I'm aware, the children had nothing to do with Marineland originally, so they're kind of an innocent party, but they've inherited it, and they don't want to spend the money to remove all the whales to somewhere else, so they want the Canadian government to help them. But the Canadian government doesn't want to help them, so I'm like, why doesn't fucking, Doug Ford does everything else for his buddies, just fucking pay for the whales to get moved, and then fucking back charge them, because they're rich pieces of shit anyway, so they'll figure out a way to pay for it. But can we get these whales somewhere where they're not just going to die?
Safety and charge the fucking people.
Yeah, charge. And I mean, look, I'm sorry. Like, I know the kids probably, as far as I'm aware, as far as I've read on it, they had nothing to do with the Marineland being the shitty place that it was. But they still inherited their parents' money, so they can fucking pay to fix the problem. I don't really care. And if not, the government should step in, get rid of these whales, move them somewhere else to a facility that can handle them, and then back charge the family and go to court and spend the next 10 years fighting it and a bunch of lawyers getting rich. Who cares? Just get it fucking done. Like, who cares? Like, like there is literally across the street from Marineland, there is literally a porpoise burial ground where they buried all their dead whales and stuff. And it just it's so fucked up. Like that place has existed for as long as it has. And like, and now it's just rotting because all the rides and stuff are like collapsing and shit.
They only have 4 rides that are working now. Everything else is done.
Well, it's not even open, so I don't know if they're even tested to be working or not. But yeah, I know a lot of their rides went underground or close to the ground, and all that shit's flooded because it's like a valley. So like a lot of their roller coasters are currently underwater. Or parts of them are, at least. Like it's not a good situation. I mean, I had good memories of Marineland as I was a kid, but like all of us, I was a dumb fucking kid who was just like, "Oh, this is great. Let's make the dancing bears. Isn't that fucking wonderful?" Like it's not
that's a shocker.
Well, I thought, "Oh, dancing bears, isn't that wonderful?" Oh, wait, maybe we shouldn't train bears to dance because that's kind of fucked up. Like,
All right, I think that's a good signal to take this shit offline. So first of all, if Paul is still watching, again, I'm fucking proud of you. I'm not taking credit for any of your fucking weight loss like Lee thinks I am. I just want to say that good for you, dude. Keep it up. And we're all going to look at Scott's penis.
Also, fuck Mitch McConnell. Unplug that fucker and let him die.
Mm-hmm.